Welcome to Francis Marion University for the nightcap here. This is the men's matchup between the visiting Barton College Bulldogs, who visit the Francis Marion University Patriots in Conference Carolinas play. This matchup proves to be an intriguing one. Both squads dead set in the middle of the conference. Barton 10-10 in conference play, FMU at 9-11, all of them in that logjam in the middle of the pack as far as Conference Carolinas play is concerned. Both squads coming in with some momentum. Barton on a 3-game win streak. Barton comes in with victories over Chowan and then Converse, both home, and then they went away to Converse only 3 days later and were victorious at Converse as well. Malik Bryant looks to get back on track with his leading scoring ways. He has only played in one of the last 3. He hits at a 17.6 clip per game scoring rate. Donovan Hairston right behind him with 17 a game. Now FMU also on a 3-game win streak. They are, as I mentioned before, 9-11 in the conference. And for the Patriots, they run that spread out offense with any player being a leading scorer at any given time. Tion Rollins with 14 points per game. Jonah Pierce, the freshman, 13.3. Silva and Cox each with 12 plus per game. Unique matchup here for Coach Gary Edwards. He coached for 3 years at Barton, which was then Atlantic Christian College. He coached them to a 32-35 mark in his tenure up in Wilson, North Carolina. So we're just about ready to get started here with the visiting Barton College Bulldogs against the Francis Marion University Patriots. Let's introduce the Barton College Bulldogs. Number 2, Donovan Hairston. He is a guard, 6'2", out of Atlanta, Georgia. He is a transfer from USC Aiken. Number 3, Marcus Boykin, also a guard, freshman from Clinton, North Carolina. He is a Trinity Christian School product. Trayvon Spencer, number 4, another guard, 6'5", sophomore from Columbia, North Carolina. He hails from Brunswick Community College. Jet Fortuny, number 5, the guard, Cary, North Carolina. He comes from Grand Valley State all the way up in Michigan to come down to North Carolina. David Campbell rounds things out for Barton College, number 15. He's a senior from Severn, Maryland, Mount Zion Preparatory Academy. Head coach is Ron Levancy. He's in his 26th season at Barton. Associate head coach and head developmental coach is Joel Zimmerman. Assistant is Mark Anthony Pounds. So the Patriots, as we mentioned before, Coach Gary Edwards, he actually coached for 3 years at Barton College, so a bit of a homecoming of sorts for him, or his home school coming to him here at FMU. Coach Gary Edwards, the longtime coach at Francis Marion. So let's introduce the Francis Marion University Patriots. They come in at 11-11, 9-11 in conference play. Number 1, Tion Rollins, guard, 6'2" junior from Tallahassee, Florida. He comes from Polk State College. Number 4, Jose Benitez. He's a guard, 6'1", freshman from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. He comes from the Miami Prep School. Number 11, the guard, Alex Cox, guard, 6'3" from Concord, North Carolina. Centerman, number 15, Jonah Pierce. He's 6'8", freshman from Sanford, Florida. Jonah Pierce. And also at forward, playing in the 4 position, 34, Nick Silva. He's a forward, 6'7", freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Gary Edwards is the head coach for the Patriots. As I mentioned before, he is assisted by Jacob Zender and Brandon Funk. So the Patriots huddle up. They get their final game plan. Meanwhile, Barton College is waiting for them out on the floor, stretching out, getting things ready to go. Barton College playing a little bit smaller than Francis Marion, but they're obviously going to try to go fast and move the ball around. So we'll see how Francis Marion counters that both defensively and then tries to attack that offensively. Tip advantage to the Patriots, and we're off and running here at the Smith University Center. Nick Silva handles the ball up at the point just long enough to get it out to Pierce, so the two bigs up at the point, up at the top of the arc to start. Tion Rollins to Alex Cox. A bit of an elbow shot just goes awry. Rebound of the Patriots from Benitez. All three of these to start things off for Tion Rollins. Rollins wide open after the rebound from Benitez. Benitez over to Rollins. Rollins does the rest for the first 3 points of the game. Barton gets things started. A little bit of a screen play there to a wide open number 4, Marcus Boykin. Boykin misses. Rebound to Silva. Silva's going to scramble to the floor. Possession of the Patriots. Fast break. Pull up is Benitez. Rebound to Pierce. Foul against Pierce and the foul against Barton. That foul is on the floor. And the Patriots will inbound. That's a foul against Marcus Boykin. Inbound from Benitez, looking to find somebody open, trying for a play set into Cox. No problem there. Silva drives the lane. Silva drives, tries for the pass. That ball is touched a little bit, but not enough to deflect away from Jonah Pierce. Jonah Pierce with the lay-in. Good defense so far. Man-to-man is the call so far for the Patriots here against the Barton offense. Off the side of the glass is Donovan Hairston. Patriots playing pretty fast once they get into their offensive set. Rebound from Benitez. Benitez misses. Rebound to Jonah Pierce. Pierce knocks it down. A blazing start for the Patriots, out to a 7-0 start. All their scores inside the glass, minus a three-pointer from Tion Rollins. Oh, how about the behind-the-back save on the sideline? Cox for the jam. Timeout from Barton. So great save on the Francis Marion side. All they could do was toss the ball behind the back, drive the ball to behind the back, goes into the hands of Alex Cox. Cox 2 dribbles, and then the two-hand jam. Patriots out to a 9-0 lead, 18:08 to go here in the first quarter, the first half. And all of the points to the Patriots. How about 4 for Jonah Pierce, 2 for Alex Cox. There's the jam from Cox. And boy, he is pumped just to get things started. And why wouldn't you be pumped up? How about a 9-0 lead, only 2 minutes in? FMU coming out at a blazing pace. So a quick timeout from Levency, coach for Barton College. Barton takes possession here. Patriots are content to wait on Barton as Barton sets up in their half-court offensive set. Tight man defense from the Patriots so far. Alex Cox decides not to steal, instead fumble on the side of Donovan Hairston. Fast break for the Patriots. Going for the three-point stroke. All 3 of these for Tion Rollins. How about that blazing start for Tion Rollins? 2 3-point attempts, 2 makes for Rollins. Make it a 12-0 start for the Pats. Steal by Rollins. Barton really having a hard time getting a quality possession. It's going to be a 3-point stroke from Cox. That one off the mark. Barton with the rebound. Shot for the free throw line results in the first bucket of the game. That from Marcus Boykin.
Basket by number 3.
Tion Rollins is going to slow things down. After that blazing start from the Patriots, slip it underneath. Great pass. Silva down underneath the Benitez. Benitez kind of sneaks under the baseline. Silva finds him for the easy lay-in. Great work by both of them. Benitez to get open. Silva on the slip pass. And Silva's going to draw the offensive foul. Great work by Silva. He had his feet set in position. Donovan Hairston with the offensive foul. So entering the game, Malik Bryant for Barton College. Benitez gets things started. Over to Rollins. Rollins looking for the open man in Silva as the Patriots set up their offensive set. Man defense is the answer for Barton. Silva's going to go ahead and throw up the three. How about all three of these for Silva? Silva draws the arrow. Content on that knockdown on the tray. FMU 3 for 4 from the three-point arc to get things started. Fantastic defense from Alex Cox. Alex Cox tips the ball out of bounds, then gives a slap to his coach. He is content to have that quality defense, trying to pump up his squad. The team leader and team captain on the floor, Alex Cox. Patriots with the steal. Kind of a bad pass on the side of the Patriots. It's going to be a fast break for Barton. Barton can't control it. Another fast break. Patriots have numbers. Pierce is going to go ahead and lay it in. So no and one there. So two failed fast break attempts, but the third, two failed, one by FMU, one by Barton. Then finally back to the Patriots. Driving in is number 3, Marcus Boykin, and this time the attempt at drawing the foul fails. Instead, that's going to be a foul against the Patriots.
Score the basket, fouls in the Patriots, number 34, Nick Silva.
Nick Silva with the call. So the Patriots with a 19-4 lead with 15:48 to go. Blazing hot start for the Pats.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center here on the FM Patriot Network, where the Patriots have stormed out to a 19-4 lead early on here in the first half of play. For the Patriots, key has been the three-point line. The Patriots 3 for 4 from the three-point line, 8 for 12 from the field. Much fast break work on the side of the Patriots, including a two-hand jam from Alex Cox to bring the entire crowd to their feet on such a fantastic play. It was on a save by, I believe it was Benitez. The only thing he could do to save it was to toss it behind his back while running to the Patriots bench. It fell into the hands of Alex Cox. Cox does the rest with a two-dribble jam. So back in action here, Barton College. Chance for the and one. Marcus Boykin successfully knocks it down. 5th point of the game for Barton College and the Bulldogs. So FMU will slow things down. Benitez to Rollins as the Patriots try to set up their offense. Silva's going to go ahead and drive the paint. Slip it over to Alex Cox. Great work on the block by David Campbell. Campbell gets in the way of the Alex Cox teardrop to get the block. So possession back to the Patriots. Credit David Campbell with the block. Alex Cox now after the inbound. Good ball movement by the Patriots. Still working to try to get Silva over to Pierce. Pierce tries for the two-hand jam. Can't get it to go, so Silva's going to throw up the tray. Silva had a good look at it, but did miss. Silva knocked down the tray a little bit earlier. Silva with the rebound. FMU faithful calling for a foul. Instead, it's not going to be. Instead, Euro step from Benitez to the teardrop stroke. Benitez knocks it down. Campbell's going to go to the hole, but it's going to be a kick off of Barton is the call, so it's going to be possession of the Patriots. Campbell disagrees. He feels as though that ball went off of an FMU Patriot, but that is not the call. The call is going to be possession to the Patriots off the kick ball. So Barton gets back. Patriots with a 16-point lead, 15 minutes to go yet in the first half. Fast break has been the word for the Patriots, along with a 3 for 5 night from three-point line. Make it 3 for 6 now on the Rollins miss. Benitez goes up and under, trying to make the save. Tries to lay it in and slides all the way over to the bleachers. Looks like Benitez is going to be okay. So he goes physical to the hole, fouled by Trayvon Spencer. Spencer just doing what he could do to try to prevent the score there. Nothing flagrant, just a good, hard defended ball. Benitez will get 2. Benitez recovers nicely after banging into the bleacher, sliding hard into that bleacher. He'll get the second free throw. Count them both for the Patriots. So Benitez true on both of his free throws. Benitez hits at a 7:31 clip on the season from the free throw line. So Rollins is going to put a little ball pressure on number 1, Caleb Reams, now into the game for Barton. Some good ball movement on the side of Barton. Silva believes that he was holding his own, but instead, number 4, Trayvon Spencer, driving down the baseline, bangs it into Silva. Silva says, hey, I had my hands up, I had my feet set. The officials think otherwise. That's going to be a foul against Silva. That's his second foul. 14:30 to go. That is a key loss for the Patriots. Foul trouble early for Nick Silva. We'll see how the Patriots respond with only one big man out there. So the switch is going to be Yebga is going to come out onto the floor for the Patriots. Tian Rollins handles the ball nicely. Tries to get it underneath on the fast break, but that ball is stolen by Barton. An ill-advised pass results in the turnover. Barton in control. Now St. Cyr on the drive. St. Cyr is going to go ahead and smartly lay it in. He uses his body to defend against any possible Barton player on his way in. I like that Cox was right behind him to rebound in the rare chance that St. Cyr misses. St. Cyr makes no mistake. Steal and count the bucket for him. Barton looking to try to get some sort of a good look, but the Patriots are really sticking to the Barton players. Great defense by them. Another fast break opportunity. Tian Rollins is going to lay it in. Smart work by Tian Rollins. No showboating there, no need to dunk. Instead, he just lays it right in. 27-5 is the lead for the Patriots. 13:28 to go in the first half. Oh, a bit of a juggle foot. And instead, that is allowed to pass. It's going to result in a three-point opportunity for Barton's number 1, Caleb Reams. Reams rims out. Patriots with possession as Tian Rollins goes thumbs down. That's his play call here with a 27-5 lead. Rollins is just going to go ahead and drive the hole. I like the follow from Jordan. Nyjah Jordan into the game for the Patriots. Nyjah, graduate transfer from Florida Tech. And as Rollins was driving the lane, he was going to try to lay it in, but he was fouled. Foul by Malik Bryant. That's going to result in 2 for Rollins. Patriots out to a blazing start. 9 for Rollins now with the free throw. 6 for Pierce, 6 for Benitez.
And number 15, David Campbell.
David Campbell into the game for Barton. Rollins true. 2 for 2 on his free throw attempts there.
Number 4, Jose Benitez.
So St. Cyr is going to go ahead and back off and go ahead and await and defend at the half court. Nyjah Jordan defending out at the point, handling the big man, number 10, Malik Bryant. Alex Cox is going to go ahead and get the jump ball. Good work by Alex Cox to get his hands in there. Alex Cox nodding his head, saying, hey, that ball is all mine. I'm going to get after it every time. Like that attitude, always have. Solid player for the Patriots, a senior from Concord, North Carolina. Marcus Boykin passes up the opportunity to 3, takes 2 dribbles, misses the mid-range. Rebound for the Patriots. Nyjah Jordan nearly jumps and leaves his feet. Not quite, otherwise that would have been a travel. Work that ball underneath to Johan Steve Yebga. Johan Steve Yebga in the game from Paris, France, by way of a stop at Hillsborough College. 12:14 to go. FMU with a 29-5 lead, a 24-point advantage for the Patriots here as we are nearing midway through the first half. Rotating the ball is Barton, trying to look for a shot, but the Patriots' man defense has really stifled Barton most of this game. Three-point opportunity from Donovan Hairston. Hairston gets on track with a three-pointer. Good defense by the Patriots, but Hairston was left open just enough to get off that three-pointer. Good work by Hairston to knock it down. Tight man defense from Barton's Marcus Boykin, really getting in the face of the point guard Benitez moments ago. Picked by Nijah Jordan. Out to St. Cyr. St. Cyr in and out on that three-point opportunity. Should be a foul against Barton on the box out. You could see the elbow action go.
Fouls on the Bulldogs, number 10.
That'll be Malik Bryant called, and that one was pretty obvious with that shoulder work. So 11:27 to go. The Patriots with a 29-8 lead here at the Smith University Center. Conference Carolinas is where tradition is unmatched and excellence is earned daily. Our 13 current member institutions work hard daily to build champions in body, mind, and soul. It's who we are. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas. Make sure to keep up with all of the great things happening in Conference Carolinas through social media. You can follow Conference Carolinas on Twitter and Instagram at CONF Carolinas. Make sure to also like Conference Carolinas on Facebook at facebook.com/Conference Carolinas. Keep up to date on all of the things happening in Conference Carolinas by visiting conferencecarolinas.com daily. And if you visit that website, you'll see a 9-11 in-conference record for FMU, 10-10 for Barton, but the score definitely does not belay that. FMU with a 29-8 dominating lead here as we are approaching the halfway point of the first half. Inbound for the Patriots out of the timeout. Barton's defense has started to shore up just a little bit in the half court. It has been fast break opportunities and early possession scores that have been the great success for the Patriots, along with a couple of screens to get things going. Alex Cox with the three-point shot. Rebounded successfully by the Patriots. Patriots will slow things down and go for another possession. Meanwhile, the official is discussing with Levency. Levency having words with the official regarding something, probably wanting a call against. St. Cyr with the three-point opportunity. His ball is missed. Barton finally recovers. Driving the lane is number 15, David Campbell, smartly defended by Patriots 15, Jonah Pierce. Nijah Jordan moves the ball around to Benitez. And Jonah Pierce in and out. Pierce taps his head saying, hey, I was fouled, but no call. Barton's going to go ahead and get back into their offensive set. Out to Marcus Boykin for three. Marcus Boykin with another three-pointer. So Marcus Boykin wide open. Good work for him to free himself up. Boykin now 2 for 2 on the day from three-point range. Scratch that, 1 for 1 from three-point range. There's Benitez trying to work his way around the pick. Defended nicely by Barton, even besides the pick play. Pierce mishandles the ball, but then Pierce rebounded by Barton. But then as the rebound work was taking place by Caleb Reams, Reams did put his back on the baseline. That should be possession for the Patriots.
Timeout on the floor, Patriots.
So the Patriots are going to call a timeout. 9:44 to go here. Patriots with an 18-point lead. 9:44 to go.
Once again, the Francis Marion men's men's and women's basketball teams will host Emmanuel College on Saturday. The women's game.
The Swanfalls Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swanfalls Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 So the Patriots to inbound here out of the timeout from Coach Gary Edwards' squad. Patriots started out on a torrid pace with a huge lead, leading by as many as 22 earlier on in this game. Barton is now starting to turn things on, mostly by their defense that has clamped down just a little bit on the Patriots. So the Patriots are, with 5 seconds to go in the shot clock, Tion Rollins is going to throw one up. Rebound by Anderson, or rebound by Pierce out to Anderson. Pierce is going to work his way underneath the rim, but Pierce comes away untouched, cannot quite get the job done. Instead, answer by Barton College. Marcus Boykin on the fast break. So Barton slowly starting to get their groove back, as it were, with 9 minutes to go here in the first half. It's going to be a foul against the Patriots, a blocking foul. That's going to be against Yebga with the blocking foul. Coming into the game for the Pats, Asante Turner, his first entry into the game, number 13. He is the Augusta, Georgia native. Caleb Reams handles things on the sideline here, out by the arc. Patriots continuing to press that subject with that man defense. Slipping underneath successfully, though, Trayvon Spencer. So Spencer drives the lane and gets things done. So good work by Spencer to get around his man in that man-to-man defense, work his way through traffic, and knock down the lay-in.
At the line, number 4, Trayvon Spencer.
Trayvon Spencer at the line.
Substitution for the Patriots.
Spencer finishes his and one. So Tion Rollins is going to bring things up. Quality run from Barton College. Barton College has closed a 22-point disadvantage to 13. But the Patriots do have possession, so Barton has tightened up their man defense, and it's going to be a travel against Pierce. Pierce handling the ball out at the arc. Coach Gary Edwards not too happy about that. He feels like maybe his Francis Marion Patriots are just a little bit comfortable after having a massive lead earlier on in this game. And that should be a shoulder, so a little bit of shoulder action against David Campbell. But instead, that call is going to be against Jonah Pierce. Pierce now with 2 personal fouls on the day, so Pierce with 2, Silva with 2. Pierce is going to go ahead and grab that rebound. Possession of the Patriots. Barton College has closed to within an 11-point disadvantage, so they have cut their deficit in half. Patriots having led earlier in this game by as many as 22. Reach-in foul. Yebga was handling the ball, and Trayvon Spencer reaching in, and the foul against Trayvon Spencer. So I think that's the appropriate call there. Definitely on the reach-in, trying to make the steal. He did make some hard physical contact, so possession to the Patriots. Benitez back in the game for the Pats, now with Rollins handling things in between the circles. Rollins with the crossover, trying to create some space, decides to go ahead and drive the lane, kick it back out to Cox. Pierce over to Rollins. Rollins in and out. Rebound to Yebga, and it's going to be an over-the-back foul against Johann Steve Yebga. Coach Gary Edwards not too thrilled about that, so we're going to get a Timeout on the floor. This will be the media timeout. 7:46 to go. Patriots lead 29-18.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
Would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Rains Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, Courtyard by Marriott, Comfort Inn and Hyatt Place, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy's Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC Arby's, Florence Toyota, Waffle House, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, McCall's Supply Incorporated, Western Sizzlin Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. So possession to Barton. Barton within 11. Doesn't sound too close, but when you consider they were down by 22, Barton is probably pretty happy with the progress they are making at taking little bites away at that Patriot lead. Nija Jordan with the foul. It's going to result in 2 opportunities for Marcus Boykin. Barton College now in the single bonus, 1-and-1 opportunities at any time here for the rest of the period. And Barton has closed to within single digits with 7:38 to go. Good work by Barton to get back into this. Things were looking pretty grim for Barton College and the Bulldog faithful, down by as many as 22 earlier on. So the Patriots, Rollins slips it down underneath to Cox. Cox finds no daylight, so he has to work it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Driving the lane is Benitez. Benitez gets the job done. Fast break opportunity for Barton. Quashed by the Patriots. Patriots get back and successfully defend. Air ball, glass ball, 3 attempt fails. So Benitez is going to look to get into the paint and see what he can create. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. So Benitez draws that foul against number 15, David Campbell. So also in the 1-and-1 bonus situation, so both squads with 7 fouls against. So both teams in the bonus with 6:56 to go. Benitez earns the opportunity for the second free throw. Coming into the game shortly is going to be Nari Jordan, brother of Nija Jordan.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 24, Nari Jordan.
So Nari and Nija Jordan, brothers out on the floor together. Number 23, Nija, the graduate transfer from Florida Tech, and his brother, freshman Nari Jordan, out on the floor. What a great story. Brothers as teammates for a single season, as Nija Jordan is in his last season of eligibility. Barton College with the air ball. Problems on the rebound. Dwayne Anderson couldn't quite handle it. I think that rebound actually went too easily into his hands off the air ball from Jeff Fortuny. Ball goes out of bounds, so possession to the Patriots. Benitez handles the ball. Tion Rollins content to try to move and create a little bit of screen action in the paint. Comes back out to the point. Man defense still for Barton. No change there. Rollins just drives the lane, driving past his defender for the score. Now a fast break from Caleb Reams. Reams drives it, handles things. Then underneath to number 15, David Campbell. Good defense by the Patriots there. Rollins finally handles things. Alex Cox decides to go up on his own, and he gave Johann Steve Yebka a look. That pulled the defender off of him. That gave Cox just enough room to go ahead and lay it in. Smart move by Cox. Patriots have expanded the lead, which was down to as few as 9, back out to 17. Good hustle on the side of the Patriots.
Check it back in for the Patriots. Number 24, Nari Jordan.
Foul on David Campbell, so, pardon me, that's going to be a foul against the Patriots, so that'll be possession to Barton. Oh, juggle move. Good work to try for the mid-range. He does get it to go. Malik Bryant creates some space and gets the mid-range to go. Really like that move from Bryant. A little juggle step, a little jab step, and then he steps back, gets a little bit of room. It was all the room he needed. Nari Jordan can't quite finish from underneath the rim.
Checking in for the Patriots, number 30, Johann Steve Yebka.
Yebka back into the game for the Patriots with Benitez inbounding. Inbound to Rollins. Rollins looks for his shot, but defended nicely by Marcus Boykin. So out to the circle. 13 seconds to go in the shot clock. 5 minutes to go in the half. Gonna kick it out to Nigel Jordan. Misses the tray. Barton's got speed. They don't necessarily have numbers, but they have speed on that one. Great work by number 10, Malik Bryant on the run. They can't quite get it to go, so now the speedy Alex Cox outpaces Barton. He takes it end to end for the finish. Good defense by the Patriots to stop the fast break of Barton. Barton was challenging the rim nicely, but Patriots stood their ground on the rebound.
Basket by number 1, Caleb Reeves.
Caleb Reeves with the long distance twos. Patriots will let him shoot that 20-footer all day from there. Benitez over to Nigel Jordan. Alex Cox with an opportunity. They're going to call a foul against Benitez. Now, I don't understand that call. I'm normally not too concerned about those sort of things, but two Barton players just ran into each other. Benitez never even touched them, but it really doesn't matter. That's going to be a call against the Patriots. Possession to Barton College. So 4:06 to go. 15-point advantage for the Patriots. Patriots are going to stand back and await the half-court offense. Let Barton get into their offensive set. Man-to-man defense for the Patriots. It's been this way for most of the game. Patriots have defended nicely, nearly stolen by Nigel Jordan. That's going to result in a drive by the speedy Malik Bryant. Oh, that steal was ready to bring down the house. But instead, couldn't quite corral it. Possession to Barton. Barton knocks it down. Elbow attempt from Nari. No good. And it's going to be a foul and the and one. David Campbell had numbers for Barton, so only one player back for the Patriots, 2 on the chase for Barton. So Barton will have the and one opportunity when we get back. 3:30 to go in the half. FMU with a 39-28 lead. Welcome back to the Smith University Center here at Francis Marion University, where the Patriots were trying to run away with it early. Patriots had a 22-point advantage, but the Bulldogs drew to within 9. Patriots then opened up a 17-point lead. Bulldogs answer with a run of their own. Bulldogs within 11 with the and one opportunity here in just a moment. A make would draw them back to within 10, but it's been the Patriots on the run for most of this game. Tion Rollins with a couple of three-pointers to his credit and really running that fast break nicely along with Jose Benitez for the Pats.
Bulldogs, number 15, David Campbell.
Campbell knocks down the free throw. So the Patriots will regroup with a 10-point lead here. 3 1/4 to go. Benitez with the shake and bake. Trying to drive his way in, but he loses the handle. Now it's going to end up being a jump ball. And Benitez is motioning, saying, hey, man, somebody got his chin. Now that won't be who the foul was called against. Instead, a foul separately from Caleb Reams. That's an and one opportunity for the Patriots. No, pardon me, not an and one, a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Patriots. So Benitez at the line.
At the line for the Patriots, number 4.
Rebounding for Barton, Jeff Fortuny and David Campbell. Count the first, so opportunity for one more. Patriots with a 40-29 lead. We're 3 and 16 to go here in the first half. Both squads in the single bonus. 9 fouls against the Patriots, 8 against the Bulldogs. Rebound by Yebga. Can't quite get it. Instead, Barton on the run. Barton decides against that fast break drive to the rim. Instead, great speed on the side of Malik Bryant. The call is going to be a reach-in foul against the Patriots.
Number 23, Nija Jordan.
That's against Nija Jordan on the reach-in. So Patriots having a hard time handling Malik Bryant, the speedy Malik Bryant, who was driving to the rim.
At the line for the Bulldogs, number 10, Malik
Reach-in call is the call against Nija Jordan. So 1-on-1 opportunity for Bryant. We're going to call that a shooting. Oh, pardon me. Now in the double bonus. Therefore, 2 strokes. Automatic for Malik Bryant. Rebound by Nija Jordan. Patriots with a 10-point lead. Rollins to Jordan. Over to Cox. Cox with a 3-point opportunity. It looked good from here, but just rims out. Rebound for the Patriots. Cox is going to try to drive that rim. On the drive, that ball goes off of his foot and out of bounds. Cox had visions of speed to the rim. However, he lost the handle at the last second. That ball dribbling off of his foot. Possession back to Barton College. Yebga defending up high at the arc. That's not a look we generally see from the Patriots, so he was defending high before working his way out, or working his way back to the point. Working to the hole with the left hand is Marcus Boykin. Barton within 8. Yebga with the handle. He's going to slip it underneath to number 5, St. Cyr. St. Cyr cannot quite make it. St. Cyr a little bit shakes that one off. You can see that he is handling himself very nicely, very, very composed. Now, he did miss that one, but instead he's just going to shake it off and continue to press on. Possession for the Patriots. I like that reaction from St. Cyr. Possession is in the Patriots' hands. No need to overreact there. Just got to get the job done here during the rest of this possession. 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. Tion Rollins satisfied to drive the lane and then try to get in there. It's going to be another foul against Yebga. So the call is that Yebga was moving on that screen, wasn't quite in position to have the screen work for him. So that's going to be a foul against him. Should be 2 shots for Barton College. Barton in the double bonus as we speak. So dribbling the ball out of bounds, Jeff Fortuny. Tion Rollins here is going to handle the ball. Missed call by me. It was not a foul, but instead just a simple turnover. Therefore, no shots for Barton College. Oh, and the block from Barton's Marcus Boykin, but instead it's going to be a foul. Blocking foul. Caleb Reams not quite in position. Instead, the foul against, that's going to result in free throws for Benitez. One-on-one opportunity here. Scratch that, misses the first, so that was a shooting foul. This time he makes it. So the Patriots out to a 9-point lead, led by as many as 22 earlier on in the half. Barton works his way through, does Marcus Boykin, so that's going to be another foul against the Patriots. That's a foul against Benitez. So the speed of Barton College is forcing the Patriots to reach in just a little bit. So we're going to have a timeout on the side of the Patriots. 1:27 to go. It's 41-32.
At the line for the Bulldogs, number 3, Marcus Boykin.
So front end miss. It's going to result in one other opportunity here for Barton's number 3, Marcus Boykin. Boykin true with the second free throw. Boykin a 688 free throw shooter, so not the best of sorts. Maybe one of the ones that the Patriots might want to foul later in this game if they need one. Rollins with a 3. That one looked good from here. Just rims off the back iron. Barton's got numbers and speed. How about the finish from David Campbell? Campbell driving the lane. No problem there on the fast break score. Barton within 6 with 1 minute to go. Benitez looks back to get the offensive call from Coach Gary Edwards. Benitez is going to dribble and use a little bit of shot clock. Slip it underneath to Nigel Jordan. Jordan defended nicely by Campbell. Jordan turns and tries to shoot. Cannot make it. 37 seconds to go. So Barton with a spurt here to finish the first half. Barton within 6. Pullback jumper from number 2, Donovan Hairston is good. 24 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. Rollins will set up for the last shot. Instead, possession to Benitez. Tight defense from Barton. Barton does not want the Patriots to have an open opportunity. Rollins will take a 3-point stroke. Rollins misses his tray. Barton with 3 seconds to go. Trying for the last shot. Up from Caleb Reams. Just misses. And as the horn sounds, FMU with a 41-37 lead. FMU had a 22-point lead earlier on in this stanza. FMU and Barton College has carved to within 4. And we'll come back with a recap when we return after the 15-minute break. So how about if we take a 11-minute break? We'll see you with 4 minutes to go. We'll get you a recap where the Patriots lead 41-37.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration, all of the Board of Trustees is decked out in their regalia. Their black robes, their hats, their gold tassels. It's just a most beautiful picture of a very formal kind of occasion. And here we march into the gymnasium, and the music is playing, and the gym is packed And as we come in, and as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. You see not just mama and daddy and two brothers and a sister, but there's grandmama and granddaddy, there's the aunt and the uncle, they're the cousins, they're the next door neighbors. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one, the very first graduate. And I can guarantee you that when you go to that graduation, you leave with a tear in your eye, because it's so, so special.
The desire and the love to take care of people is something that you kind of have innate. You kind of just have that thing. But Francis Marion gave me the principles, and they taught me the core values. They taught me leadership qualities, and they've just been foundational and offered a family that I can keep going back to. So even though my personal biological family didn't go to a university, and I didn't really get any experience, wisdom from them for that, I gained a family that could tell me all about college and even the afterlife of college by coming to Francis Marion. And I'm not sure you would have that with, other universities. Throughout the nurse practitioner program, you're already a nurse, and you're a devoted nurse, and you don't want to just quit. And that was another thing I specifically picked this program, was because I was able to look at the curriculum and know that I could work. I even asked a couple of the professors, one being Dr. Hopla, before I started the program, and even she told me, yes, you can still work while you do this. And I did. I worked 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. Sometimes it had to be six days a week to get my 40 hours in, and I still did the nurse practitioner program. It wasn't easy, but nothing worth having is easy. Which the benefit of having classmates and professors that were both working and studying is, we would get worked up and worried about how would we ever do this. And then they would say, well, I can work these 2 12-hour shifts on the weekends and then have the week to study. Or a professor may say, well, you can get creative with your hours here. So you can tell that they've done this, that you can tell that they've gotten creative with their time as well. And then all of a sudden it doesn't feel like such a daunting task, because again, you gain wisdom from their experience.
Choosing a college isn't easy. There are lots of choices to make and so many variables to consider. How do you know when you've found just the right place? The right college will make you feel at home, and that begins with a sense of place. At Francis Marion University, we have a beautiful campus that's safe, well-maintained, and filled with smiling faces. It's the kind of place where you feel you belong, where you wake up in the morning and know that the day ahead will be one you'll savor and enjoy. Now, that doesn't mean life at FMU is easy. There will be challenges. Hard work is expected. We take our academics seriously. You should too. Earning one of our degrees is a real achievement. But some toil, some time invested in a difficult task, that's okay. That's how you grow, how you become someone. FMU is a comprehensive public university, and when it comes to academics, our students have a wide range of choices. We offer more than 75 majors and courses of study. Our professional schools in healthcare, engineering, business, and education are all well known and respected across the state. At the same time, the arts and the sciences remain the core of what we do. They are the perfect foundation for a successful career and a meaningful life. Programs are important, and we'll continue to work to produce new curriculum that meets the needs of our changing world. But we also know that a great education is less about what is taught and more about who is doing the teaching. FMU's faculty is made up of distinguished scholars and renowned researchers. They're experts in their field and expert teachers too. They love the give and take of the classroom and revel in the progress their students make. In FMU's intimate academic environment, where small classes are the norm, you'll get to know a lot of these dedicated men and women. Some you will remember forever. The academic work and its rewards are why you are here. But there will be a time and place for play, too. We have more than 60 different student organizations and field teams in 14 NCAA sports. A robust schedule of extracurriculars is a big part of each semester. You'll find space here for rest and relaxation. You'll make new friends and build relationships that last a lifetime. And then, almost as quickly as it all began, it will be over. You will graduate and move on to a life and career full of promise. You'll leave memories behind. You'll leave FMU, but you'll be welcome back anytime. Home is like that, you know. Welcome home. Welcome to FMU.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center, where the Patriots hold what feels like a narrow 4-point lead. The Patriots actually had a 24-point lead in the first half at a 29-5 advantage with 13 minutes to go in the first half, but foul trouble put both Silva and Pierce on the bench, and since then, Barton got back on track. For Barton, leading the way has been Boykin, the speedy Boykin, with 15 points for his squad. Campbell with 7 chipping in for Barton. But the real key there has been the speed of Boykin and also Marcus Bryant. Marcus Bryant with 5 points, but great speed for him to drive the lane and to take care of business for his Barton Bulldogs squad. Now for FMU, 2 players with 12 points apiece. The 1 guard and 2 guard in Benitez and Rollins with 12 points apiece. 6 each for Alex Cox and Jonah Pierce. And again, the foul trouble is really the concern for the Patriots. Pierce, Silva, Benitez, Nijah Jordan with 2 fouls. Also, Johan Steve Yebga with 3. So it was Silva and Pierce on the bench for a large portion of that first half. That's when Barton got back in action. And for Barton, playing very small, their biggest player at 6'5" out on the floor. Injuries and other challenges have decimated that Barton College roster. So with that in mind, Barton has had to play small, and they've played speedy. But most importantly, when the big starters for FMU were out, Barton College took advantage. So we'll have to see if the Patriots can answer back now in the second half. Let's take a look at those statistics. As you can see, Barton College with 16 fewer field goal attempts from the floor, and yet still to be within 4 points tells you all you need to know about Barton College. They've really stuck with it. They've had great determination, and when they were down by 24, they just never quit. For the Patriots, it was fast break opportunities galore, especially early on. Benitez and Rollins both having a field day running to the rim. Now mix in Tion Rollins, 2 3-pointers, and he had those early on, and that was part of what resulted in that 24-point advantage. Talking about the rebounds, the Patriots have clearly taken care of the glass work. They are the Windex men of sorts, leading the way rebound-wise. Jonah Pierce, even having not been on the floor all that long, still with 6 rebounds, leads the way for the Patriots. 3 each for Benitez and Yebga out on the floor are the tallies of rebounds. Several players with 2 or 1 to their advantage. Both squads getting to the free throw line about as frequently, so not much advantage there, but the 3-point attempts from FMU's numbers at the 3-point arc, very slim and not solid, and the result for them, an 18.8 percentage from the arc. 50% from the arc for Barton, though Barton only attempted 4 from 3-point range. So we're ready to get going here. Second half of action. The visiting Barton College squad comes in with a 10-10 record in Conference Carolinas. For the Patriots, 9-11. Both squads in the middle of the pack, trying to surface as the top squads in that middle group. UNC Pembroke on top of the league with only 1 loss to their record. Silva drives the lane. That's going to be a foul on the floor. And Gary Edwards is yelling to an official, and at first the near official thought he was talking to him, but instead Gary Edwards was yelling to the far official. So he says, "No, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the other guy." So more antics from Coach Gary Edwards. Patriots will take possession with one foul on the floor. Jonah Pierce is going to go ahead and take the ball to the hole. Good work by him on the inbound from Benitez. The first points of the half are tallied by FMU. Barton answers with an easy lay-in. Good work by Malik Bryant. The speedy Bryant gets wide open, lays it in. FMU smartly does not try to jump in and try to defend it. They would have likely drawn a foul against. So they do let him go. Does Malik Bryant go to the rim for 2 points. Patriots are in their set, working the ball around the arc, down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Benitez drives into the paint, gets the little short ranger to go. So the pull-up, turn, and make for Benitez. Good work by Benitez. Silva with the block, and another block. The two big men, Pierce and Silva, on the block. Now they're going to call it a foul. That's going to be a foul against Nick Silva. Now Silva's saying all ball. Silva's not happy about that. You see him going paws up, very frustrated about that call. And we'll have to see if he can shake things off there as Marcus Boykin goes to the line. Now, Marcus Boykin hit the deck hard, defended by both of the big men for the Patriots, both Pierce and Silva, defending Marcus Boykin, trying to prevent Boykin from coming to the rim. Coming into the game in a moment for Barton is number 2, Donovan Hairston.
Back in for the Bulldogs, number 2, Donovan Hairston.
And the lefty stroke is true for Marcus Boykin on the back end. Patriots retain their 4-point lead. That's the lead they had when the half began. Pierce around to Benitez. Silva trying to work his way down underneath the centerman for the Patriots. Silva and Pierce kind of toggling as paintmen here while Silva handles the ball. Silva's going to back his way in, and eventually the foul. Silva just goes ahead and works his way in until he can go ahead and get that score. So Trayvon Spencer with the foul against.
At the line for the Patriots, number 34, Nick Silva.
So Coach Gary Edwards is going to consult with his squad as this is a 2-shot opportunity for the Patriots. So Pierce along with Cox and Benitez back on defense. FMU content to stand back and wait on the half-court offense. Silva doesn't make either of his free throw opportunities. Silva, a 690 free throw shooter on the season. Barton College takes over possession. Speedy Malik Bryant handles the ball. He's going to go for a baseline shot. That ball is blocked and then rebounded by Silva. Benitez with a little juggle, shake, and bake. Doesn't get enough room. Rollins to Silva. Back to Benitez. Out at the arc. Cox with a three-pointer. All three of these for Alex Cox. Alex Cox wide open. I like that the Patriots used that possession smartly, looked for the open man, and no better a man to get open at the three-point arc than Alex Cox. Knocks down for 3 points, a 7-point lead for the Pats. Working the ball underneath, trying to get it underneath to David Campbell. Stolen is the Patriots. Benitez is going to go it on his own. Benitez says, I got fouled, but Benitez needs to get back and just take care of business instead of motioning to the official. Rebound of the Patriots. Good work there to defend the Barton College squad. Barton College, again, playing very small. Today they won't field a player any taller than 6'5", so the Patriots need to have a great rebounding advantage. Benitez gets the glass, takes care of the Cox miss. Benitez with the make. Slip it underneath to the baseline is number 3. Good work by Marcus Boykin to get underneath, find just a little room up on that glass to get it up and over. No foul against. Barton College assistant coaches not too happy with what's going on there. He makes his voice heard. And meanwhile, the Patriots are going to go ahead and use a little bit of clock here, get in their offensive rhythm, get in their offensive set. 10 seconds to go in the shot clock. Rollins with the ball. He's out at the arc. Dribble once over to Benitez. 5 seconds on the clock. 3. Benitez with the shot. Off the rim. No good. Barton possession. Not the best possession for the Patriots. Yep, and that's going to be a charge. Absolutely a charge. No doubter about that one. Malik Bryant charges in to the defender for the Patriots.
Offensive foul. Checking in for the Patriots.
And this time the feet were absolutely set on the side of the Patriots. So 16:04, FMU with a 7-point lead. Alex Cox going to handle the ball here. Back to Tion Rollins. Cox playing the 2/3 with Benitez out on the floor, with St. Cyr out on the floor. Pierce wasn't paying attention. That ball gets stolen by number 2, Donovan Hairston. Foul against the Patriots against the fast break of Barton. 15:49 to go, so we're going to get our first media timeout of the half. Patriots with a 7-point lead. Free throws coming up for Barton when we come back.
This is Conference Carolinas.
To 6 advantage in the second half for the Patriots, has the Patriots up 50-43. Let's get you up to date on a few sporting events coming up. FMU men's and women's basketball hosts Emmanuel College on Saturday. Women's game tips off at 2, followed by the men's game at 4. Patriots seniors will be honored before tip-off. FMU softball hosts the Rains Company Softball Classic this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the FMU softball stadium. Patriots will open play against Mercy College on Friday at 5. FMU will also play on Saturday at 1 and 5 and on Sunday at noon. FMU men's and women's tennis hosts Catawba College on Saturday at 2 on the Kasab courts here at FMU. Congrats to FMU sophomore tennis player Leonel Gonzalez. He was named this week's Conference Carolinas Men's Tennis Player of the Week. 2 free throw makes for Barton College, and the Patriots take over. Alex Cox up at the point. Over to Yebga, who has entered the game for the Patriots. Bit of an errant pass from Pierce. That's going to result in numbers for Barton. Alex Cox goes with the block. But Alex Cox did put the foul on Donovan Hairston. Cox not happy about that. He believes that it was all ball. He was trying to get back to defend. But it's going to be more free throws for Barton.
Alex Cox. At the line of the Bulldogs, number 2, Donovan Hairston. Substitutions for the Patriots.
I like the conversation between the officials and also Tion Rollins, both just having a good conversation about what's going on the floor. I like the officials' call, just calmly explaining what he sees as has been taking place. No problem there. I like that collegiality, both by the officials and by Tion Rollins and the FMU Patriots staff, Patriots team. Good sportsmanship is always a positive in collegiate athletics. Tion Rollins is going to handle things here. Over to Cox. Cox to Rollins, over to Silva. Patriots working the arc. Rollins gets the ball stolen away from him. Good work by Barton. Barton's got numbers. They're going to kick it out for a baseline drive. Lefty stroke from number 3. Whoop. Up, and it's going to be a kicked ball against number 10, Malik Bryant. So in a fast scramble, and right now Benitez hit the deck pretty hard. So we're going to come back here in just a moment with the Patriots hanging on to a 3-point lead.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 So the Patriots will take possession after an injury timeout. Benitez got off the floor on his own weight, so that is a good sign for him and the Patriots going forward. Benitez having a solid game for the Pats. For Benitez, 16 points, leads all players leads all Patriots in scoring. So Tion Rollins is going to handle the ball. Kick out to Alex Cox. Thinks about the three-pointer, decides against it. Tion Rollins is going to drive. It's going to be a foul on the floor. Foul against Donovan Hairston. So that's a foul on the floor, so possession back to the Patriots. 4 fouls against Barton College here. 14:48 to go in the half. 3 against the Patriots, so no foul issues on either side as far as the team fouls are concerned. Silva handles the ball, slipping underneath to Farid St. Cyr for the bucket. So good work on a little bit of screen action, a little bit of misdirection results in St. Cyr driving to the hoop. Silva finds him. Nice assist. St. Cyr for the bucket. Patriots with a 5-point lead. 14:18 to go in the second half. Barton in their half court. Malik Bryant pulls up for the mid-range, and he knocks it down. He created just enough space to get an easy jump shot to go. So the pull-up make from about 16 feet is good for Bryant. Pierce picks it up over to the corner to Silva. Back to Silva. Silva with an open three-point opportunity. That ball rims out. That's going to be an over-the-back foul against Caleb Reams. Okay, so the call is David Campbell on that call, not David Reams, pardon me. So possession back to the Patriots. Inbound is Nick Silva. Silva back to Pierce, and another foul called. That's going to be called against David Campbell. So 2 back-to-back fouls against Barton College on the same possession. So subbing out is going to be David Campbell. Campbell's been a solid defender for Barton College. Jonah Hill, pardon me, not Jonah Hill, Jonah Pierce misses the rim out from underneath the rim. So possession to Cox. Over to Tion Rollins. Rollins slips it underneath to St. Cyr. St. Cyr to Pierce. Pierce loses the handles. Pierce almost had an opportunity at an easy jam. Instead, the ball gets stolen from him. Now the steal, Alex Cox with a two-hand jam. Make no mistake, Alex Cox, he's going to go two hands, no showboat, and he just gets it up and over and knocks it down. Like that fast break from the Patriots, Alex Cox has had a solid handle. Yep, that's going to be a trip or a foul. Regardless, that's going to be a foul against the Bulldogs and number 10, Malik Bryant.
Checking in for the Bulldogs, number 1, Caleb
So Bryant now with 4 fouls, 3 against Spencer, 3 against Hairston, and 3 against Campbell. So Barton College in some serious foul trouble. 7 fouls against Barton College already with 12:58 to go. And that's what happens when you're at a size disadvantage. You got to reach in, do some other things against the length of the Patriots. The result has been some reach-in fouls and a couple of other fouls against them. The result is a foul opportunity for FMU. FMU in the single bonus. This time Silva makes both of his free throws. He missed both on his last chances for free throws. FMU with a 7-point lead. Alex Cox defending very, very tightly against Marcus Boykin. Tight man-to-man defense is the Patriots. It's going to be a call against Alex Cox. That's going to be a foul on the floor.
Number 11, Alex Cox.
So Cox defending very, very tightly against the Barton offense. Got a little bit too close. Got the bump and the call against him. Barton College with an opportunity, 3-point opportunity off the mark. Rebound by St. Cyr. Tian Rollins out there. St. Cyr in place of Benitez. We haven't seen Benitez since he went down with what appeared to be an ankle. Good news for Benitez. He came off of the floor on his own power. So hopefully he can walk off that sprained ankle or whatever issue that he's got and come back onto the floor. Silva with a miss. A 3-pointer from the corner. Barton takes over. Oh, good speed and effort from Donovan Hairston. He can't quite get it to go from underneath. He tries for the reverse. That ball does not go down. Instead, it is a foul against the Patriots.
Fouls on the Patriots, number 5, Farron.
That'll be a foul against St. Cyr with 11:59 to go. We'll see free throws in a moment. Patriots by 7.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center, where Francis Marion is taking on Barton College in Conference Carolinas basketball action. Patriots had stormed out to a 24-point lead in the first half, leading by as many as 29-5 with 13 minutes to go. Barton College stormed back to within 4 to close out the half. Since then, the Patriots have had a slight advantage in the second half, opening up a 7-point lead. But Barton's going to go to the line here with a chance to take a Bulldog bite out of the Patriot 7-point lead. 11:59 to go here in the second half. So Boykin at the line. Boykin with the make. Boykin a .688 free throw shooter on the season, but he is true on the first. He scores at a 13.5 clip per game. Second leading assist getter for Barton. So not only does he score, but he dishes. So good work by Boykin. And the Patriots will take over. Patriots working their way around the arc, trying to look for an opportunity to get the ball down to Pierce. Pierce out to Cox. Cox is going to try to use speed. Good collapse defense by Barton to come in and prevent Cox from driving the lane. I think they recognize now, they have seen that Cox is just super speedy, and he can find any gap and get it to the rim when the opportunity presents itself. Tian Rollins nearly picks up his dribble inside to Pierce. Pierce has the option to go to the hole, and he does so with a good pirouette off of that set step and turns and drives. Barton back in possession. Man defense continues for the Patriots. It's going to be a call against Jonah Pierce. This could be an issue for the Patriots. Jonah Pierce now with 3 fouls against him. So he had been out. He and also Silva had been out early on in the first half. That's one of the reasons why Barton was able to close that 24-point advantage, was both of those two had 2 fouls against. So both Silva and Pierce grabbed the bench. And in fact, Pierce is going to go ahead and get the bench here just to get a little bit of rest. And also with 3 fouls against him, no reason to risk foul trouble for him. Rollins handles the ball over to St. Cyr. St. Cyr into Yebga. Silva to St. Cyr. St. Cyr tries to slip that ball underneath on a pass. It is deflected by Barton. Steal by Barton College. Count the dunk by Marcus Boykin. So Boykin with no defenders in sight. Boykin goes ahead and goes with a 2-hand jam. Finishes things off for Barton. He closes his Barton College squad to within 3. Tion Rollins is going to handle the ball. Out to St. Cyr for a 3-pointer. All 3 of these for Farrad St. Cyr. St. Cyr knocks it down. So Barton College closing the gap. How about an answer from St. Cyr? All 3 of these. We're inside of 10 minutes to go. Barton's Donovan Hairston decides to go with the pull-up, Jay. Good work by Hairston. Good answer by him. He knocks that ball down. Defended well by St. Cyr, but Hairston did all he could to free up that J. He does just that. Alex Cox handles the ball. Over to St. Cyr. St. Cyr now being trapped by Hairston. Silva goes to the rim. And David Campbell didn't quite get set. A charging Silva knocked down David Campbell. Campbell trying to defend, but Campbell not quite set. That's going to be a foul against Campbell. That's his 4th foul. So really, the Barton College most aggressive big left out on the floor now. I say big, but Campbell standing at 6'4", though, he has played the role of centerman for his squad for a good part of the game. Now out in foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls against him. And great news for the Patriots. Benitez is going to come back into the game. He hit the deck with a bit of an ankle injury. He's going to come back into the game while Silva is at the line. Missing. That's going to be ball out by Yebga. Yebga trying to get the rebound. He cannot do it. Tion Rollins says, oh my gosh, that ball definitely was out by Barton. But of course, the Zebras disagree. Possession back to Barton. Barton with a 4-point deficit. Caleb Reams back into the game. Handling the point work along with Jeff Fortuny. Cycling the ball, getting into the paint, then stinking around, finding an opportunity as Fortuny. His ball does not quite go down. Rebound to Tion Rollins. Benitez is going to handle the ball. Benitez in just a little bit of pain. You can see that hesitation as the Patriots try to set up their offense. Yebga now with the ball. Back to Cox, 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Trying to slip the ball underneath. Benitez now with the ball. Out to Rollins. Rollins with the rim out on the tray. Ball glances off of Yebga, but then Marcus Boykin gets just a fingernail on it. That's going to be possession to the Patriots. Benitez just trying to stretch out that ankle. He is in some pain, but he's just going to go ahead and work it out. I like the toughness from him working his way out on the floor. Tion Rollins to Yebga. Yebga to Rollins with that pick play. Now Benitez. Cox looking for just a little bit of room. He can't find it. He's going to try to drive that hole. He does so. He drives that lane and draws the foul against Fortuny. So Cox is going to go to the line. Alex Cox, an 8-18 free throw shooter on the season. He has only, until today, he had only missed 8 on the season. Makes the first. I like that work from Alex Cox. The offense and the offensive set was not looking all that great, so Cox decided to drive the lane and draw the foul. I think that was more about drawing the foul. He had men, defenders against him, so his objective was, hey, if he could get to the rim, great, but at the very least he was trying to draw that foul. He did so. He knocks down the front end, but then possession back to Barton College. Barton content to work things around the arc, driving down the baseline, defended and stolen is St. Cyr. Great work by St. Cyr to get in the passing lane. Possession to the Patriots. 3-guard set for the Patriots. Really a 4-guard set with Cox, Benitez, Rollins, and also St. Cyr out on the floor together, along with one big man in that of Yebga. So the Patriots going small. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Trying to get things figured out. They can't do it. Fast break for Donovan Harrison. Tion Rollins gets back and helps. The result is that the Patriots are going to get that possession. And it's going to be a timeout on the floor. We'll sort things out when we come back. Patriots lead by 5, 7. Welcome back to the Smith University Center here in Florence, South Carolina, on the campus of Francis Marion University, where the Patriots are hanging on to a 5-point lead. I say hanging on. They had a lead by as many as 24 in the first half. So since then, Barton has continued to fight, and Barton just continues to go to work. FMU baseball plays its inaugural Conference Carolinas season this weekend, hosting Belmont Abbey College for a single game on Friday at 4 and a doubleheader on Saturday starting at 1 o'clock on the Cornell Field at Sparrow Stadium in the Griffin Athletics Complex. Saturday is homecoming at Francis Marion, so we certainly welcome all the alumni and all the other peeps interested in FMU athletics. What a great day it's going to be with tennis, softball, baseball, and basketball all taking place on Saturday at FMU. So possession was to the Patriots after that scramble. Barton, though, takes over. Slip it underneath to Donovan Hairston. Hairston's going to go ahead and handle against St. Cyr. It's going to be a foul against St. Cyr. St. Cyr was defending nicely. Now, I'm not so sure about that call. I understand that St. Cyr needs to defend as closely as he can against the threatening Donovan Hairston, but I do think that there was really a no call there. So it's going to be timeout on the floor. Patriots hanging on to a 5-point lead.
This is Conference Carolinas.
So the Patriots with that 62-57 lead, leading the way for Barton College. 25 points for Marcus Boykin. He has doubled up any other scorer on Barton's side. The next best scorer is Donovan Hairston with 11. Rebounding is Boykin with 8. So Boykin threatening for the double-double. 2 more rebounds will get him the double-double. For FMU, Jose Benitez with 16 points leads the Pats. 12 each for Alex Cox and Tion Rollins. So we're back in action. We're going to see free throws here from Barton College and Donovan Hairston. Barton with 9 fouls against, FMU with 7 against. So 1 more foul against Barton puts the Patriots in a double bonus. And Barton College is in the single bonus as of now. Only 7 fouls against the Patriots as aforementioned. Silva into the game for the Patriots. So Patriots watching their personal fouls closely. Pierce, Silva, and Yebga, 3 bigs for the Patriots, each with 3 fouls apiece. So 7 minutes, inside of 7 minutes to go, Coach Gary Edwards is cycling out those gentlemen nicely to make sure that none of them foul out so they can maintain that size advantage that they have over a Barton College squad that has no players over 6'5". Great hustle from Barton, but the result is going to be that that ball goes out of bounds. Can't say enough about Donovan Hairston there. He dives to go ahead and make the save, and on his dive, of course, that floor is going to be a little slick. Marcus Boykin points out that, hey, we need a little bit of cleanup here before Jonah Pierce goes ahead and puts that ball in on the inbound. So Pierce will be inbounding to Benitez. No pressure either on the ball or the receiver for FMU on this inbound. Caleb Reams awaiting to defend the point guard in Benitez. Out to Pierce. Cox at the elbow. No go on the elbow shot from Cox. I like that play set out of the timeout. However, the ball does not make, and we'll go possession to Barton College. Barton College with a chance to tie it or get within 1 here. And it's going to be a rebound on the side of the Patriots. It's going to be a foul against Silva.
Number 34, Nick Silva.
Now, Silva went straight up, but I think that the call is going to be an elbow of sorts. Trying to create a little bit of space was Silva while trying to go up and get that rebound. So Spencer's going to make the first. And with 6:11 to go, Trayvon Spencer with a chance to draw Barton College within 1, and he does so. It's the closest the Bulldogs have been since midway through, or since the game started at 0-0. Yep, the Patriots have had a lead the entire game. So FMU's Tion Rollins is going to use the shot clock a little bit. Nick Silva trying to drive the lane. He comes in a little bit out of balance, and it's going to be a call against Barton College. So Nick Silva driving that lane. Caleb Reams with a foul against, with Silva going to the line. Now, I don't mind that foul for Barton. Nick Silva hitting at a 690 clip, so if you're going to foul anybody, Silva's probably the one to foul. Silva says, no way, broadcaster. Knocks down the first. We'll see what Silva does on the second. 5:48 to go in the second half. Patriots by 2. Make it 3 on the 2-for-2 free throws from Nick Silva.
Number 5, Farrad St. Cyr.
Farrad St. Cyr is going to come in and replace Silva. So Patriots are willing to go a little bit smaller on defense. St. Cyr in on defense. Silva in as the offensive substitution on the last possession. Kick it out to Barton College. Wide open three-point attempt is rebounded by Jonah Pierce. Jonah Pierce corrals that nicely. Benitez with the outlet to Tion Rollins. Rollins gets himself settled. Back to Benitez. Benitez is going to slow things down. Defended nicely by Hairston. Over to St. Cyr. And all 3 of these for Tion Rollins. So Tion Rollins wants to draw the foul there, but instead he does not. He still does make the three. That ball went down. Alex Cox not happy with the call here. It's going to be a foul against the Patriots. Alex Cox making contact on the hands of Barton, so the whistles are being used quite significantly here against both squads. Barton College in the double bonus. Pardon me. Barton College in the single bonus, but another foul against FMU would put them in the double bonus. Missing both is Barton College, so rebound to Jonah Pierce. Benitez is going to handle things. 4:52 to go here in the half. Benitez is going to try to create a little bit of space, working his way around Pierce. Three-point opportunity is just missed by Tion Rollins, so Rollins decides to throw it up there after making the three-pointer just a moment ago. So for Barton picks up possession. Donovan Hairston handles things. Defended nicely by Tion Rollins. Rollins decides to go for the steal. Blocked by Jonah Pierce. Pierce denies Donovan Hairston as Hairston tries to take it to the rim. Good work by Pierce to block the ball. Possession back to the Pats. Benitez is going to back his way in. He's still out at the arc, so he's run out of room. Slip it underneath and back out to St. Cyr. St. Cyr with the air ball. Pierce recognizes the air ball, gets the rebound, up and in. Good work by him. Hairston now on the run. It's going to be a call against St. Cyr on that one. Donovan Hairston a little bit out of balance. It's going to be a foul against St. Cyr. St. Cyr with some contact. A little bit out of balance was Malik Bryant. Both teams in the double bonus now, so free throws are going to make a big difference here as we get into the home stretch. 4:04 to go. FMU with a 69-61 lead. The clock is stopped for free throws from Donovan Hairston. Hairston makes the first. Little cleanup by out on the floor during the free throw stroke. Malik Bryant squeaks his shoes, satisfied that the floor is safe, and we're ready with the second free throw. FMU with a 7-point lead. Both teams in the double bonus, each squad with 10 fouls exactly against them. Count the make by Hairston. Hairston 2 for 2 on that opportunity at the line. Patriots with a 6-point lead. We're inside of 4 minutes. Tion Rollins handles the ball. Thinks about a pass to Alex Cox, decides against it. Trying to create a little bit of space. Out to St. Cyr. St. Cyr throws up the tray. Pierce with the rebound. Instead, he can't quite corral it. Marcus Boykin handles it. 3-point opportunity for Barton College, and that is good. Trayvon Spencer knocks it down, so the Patriots trying for the tray. Barton comes back with the make on the tray. Barton within 3. It's going to be a timeout for the Patriots. 3:19 to go. Barton College within 3 when we come back. Patriots possession. FMU 69, Barton College 66. So we've got a barn burner coming down the stretch. Patriots with a 69-66 advantage, trying to hold on for the victory in conference play. It's no surprise that these two squads are similarly matched as we come down the home stretch. Patriots with a 9-11 record in Conference Carolinas. 10-10 is the tally for the Barton College Bulldogs. Barton really finding success from number 25, with 25 points from number 3, Marcus Boykin. Chip in 15 from Donovan Hairston. Boykin only 1 rebound away from a double-double. He has 9 rebounds to lead all Barton players. For FMU, 10 rebounds for Jonah Pierce, 12 points for him, so he's in double-double land. No surprise for Jonah Pierce, he is a double-double machine. Kind of low on the scoring today is Jonah Pierce, but he got into foul trouble a little bit earlier in the first half, so he's seen some time on the bench. The result is fewer opportunities to score. Possession back to the Patriots. Pierce at the elbow over to Rollins. Rollins is going to take the free throw stroke. And it's going to be a foul against the Patriots.
Fouls on the Patriots. Number 15, Jonah Pierce.
The aforementioned Jonah Pierce with a foul. So a 3-point advantage for Barton College. Barton College can draw to within 1 with successful free throws from Trayvon Spencer. And this is just what Barton College wants, is to take fouls and clock stoppages with the size advantage on the sides of the Patriots. They really would like to see the Patriots continue to foul, and the result is a Barton College deficit of only 1 point. Tian Rollins to Benitez. Patriots having a hard time scoring here late in the game. 2:44 to go. Screenplay leaves Benitez open, but not quite enough. And instead, it's going to be a jam attempt from Jonah Pierce. He gets defended. That's going to be a foul. So Pierce really wanted that one to go down with the jam. Instead, he's going to get 2 opportunities for a free throw.
At the line for the Patriots, number 15, Jonah Pierce.
Pierce misses on the front, so St. Cyr is going to come in for the Patriots. So St. Cyr in on defense in place of Nick Silva. Pierce knocks down the second. Patriots up by 2. Barton's Donovan Hairston has been handling the ball at the point for most of the game. He handles the ball, bringing it up here with 2:26 to go. Barton College content to use the shot clock, stay in an offensive set. Working it around is Malik Bryant. Bryant knocks it down. We are deadlocked at 70. Barton College finding any way they can to score. Meanwhile, the Patriots struggling to do so themselves here late in the game. Rollins to Cox. Rollins to Benitez. Benitez defended hard, so Benitez is going to go ahead and take it to the hoop. He goes high hoop, high glass. Rebound by Barton. Barton with a chance to take the lead. Deadlocked at 70. 1:38 to go in the second half. Both teams in the double bonus. David Campbell with a deke back in the game. David Campbell with 4 fouls, so he has not seen a ton of time out on the floor. Campbell's going to get the opportunity to take the lead, and they do. Barton College 72-70. So FMU's got their some work to do. Barton College just keeps on battling, and we're going to see a timeout from Coach Gary Edwards. Edwards not happy with his squad as the Patriots find themselves behind for the first time in the game. Bulldogs lead 72-70.
The Swanfox Club is a fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swanfox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 So we're back out on the floor as the Patriots have seen their lead vanquished by the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs now with a 2-point advantage, 72-70, as we come down the stretch. And the keys here really have become the foul trouble on both sides. Personal fouls, 4 for Jonah Pierce, 4 for Nick Silva. For Barton, 4 for Campbell, 4 for Spencer, 4 for Bryant. Silva decides against the shot. How about a three-pointer from Alex Cox? Cox can't quite get it. Rebound to Barton. 57 seconds to go here. Barton with possession and a 2-point lead. Patience is a virtue for Donovan Hairston. He's going to use all of the shot clock here before setting up in their offensive set. And good steal on the side of the Patriots. Benitez breaks up the pass, but that ball goes out of bounds. So 9 seconds on the shot clock. 37.8 to go in the game. Barton with possession, a chance to extend it to 2 possessions with a make here. Malik Bryant handles the ball. Quick turn and go. Malik Bryant with a high archer teardrop. Barton College now with a 2-possession lead. They lead 74-70. So we're going to go possession to the Patriots. Both coaches hollering, and I can see that Lee Vency, the coach for Barton, says, everybody rebound. He says, hey, did you get that? Everybody rebound. Meanwhile, FMU is going to go ahead and inbound. The time is set. Patriots find themselves down by 4. Benitez is going to go ahead and drive. He's going to take it all the way to the hole. Mishandled by the Patriots. Barton's got the ball. And it's going to be a foul against the Patriots. Benitez slumped down in pain. Foul against Benitez. Free throw opportunities here for Barton. Barton with a chance to extend the advantage to a full 2 possessions. They already have a 2-possession lead. 2 here would force the lead to 6 for Barton. Barton has just continued to work their way back into this game. Now with the lead here, they took the lead with about a minute and a half to go. In fact, they took the lead with a minute 21 to go. It was their first lead of the evening. Misses on both free throw strokes. Nick Silva is going to bring up the ball. Tion Rollins is going to shake it. Underneath, up and over to Pierce. Pierce loses the handle. That ball goes out of bounds. Good pass to Pierce, but Pierce could not handle the ball. That's going to be a timeout out on the floor now. This is going to be possession to Barton. And I know what Coach Levency is saying, and he's trying to coerce his squad to continue to rebound, but now they have to come up with an inbound play that allows themselves to take as much time off the clock as possible. You know that the Patriots are going to foul with 17.9 seconds to go. Barton College with a 4-point advantage.
Against Mercy College on Friday at 5 p.m.
Boykin leads the way for Barton with 25 points. 15 for Hairston, 13 for Bryant. Count 10 for Spencer. And you've got the Lions' share of the scoring. Add in 9 from number 15, Campbell. Campbell got knocked out, taken out, because he was in some foul trouble. But Campbell has proved himself to be a good rebounder and defender out on the floor. So when Campbell has been on the floor, Barton has been quite successful.
The Patriots, number 13, Ashante Turner.
It is a foul. Asante Turner with the foul against.
At the line for the Bulldogs,
Patriots down by 4.
Donovan Hairston.
So Donovan Hairston at the line with a chance to extend the lead. Barton College leads by 4. They can make it a full 2 possessions with 2 free throws here. Count the first. And for Barton, you can see the coaches are all saying you got to rebound hard, and of course that is a great message. Any miss from FMU has to be cleaned up by Barton for Barton to try to close this one out. A road matchup against the Patriots. Barton now up by 6. Tion Rollins needs to force that three-pointer. Instead, he's going to go to the rim. That ball is missed. Time is spent. Rebound by Barton, and the Patriots are going to go ahead and give it up. And with 2 seconds to go, Malik Bryant decides against the dunk. He had wide open spaces to get the job done, and Barton College comes out victorious 76-70. So we talked a little bit about the scoring for Barton. For FMU, 16 points for Benitez, 15 for Tion Rollins. So it was the magic of Barton College coming back from down by as many as 24. They were down 29-5 with 13 minutes to go to the first half. They closed the gap to within 4, took their first lead with 1:20 to go, and they closed things out with a 6-point victory over the host Francis Marion Patriots. So thanks again for joining us on the FMU Patriots Network, where Barton College comes away victorious 76-70. Please join us on Saturday when the Patriots are host to Emmanuel College in basketball play. The women tip off at 2, followed by the men at 4. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great night.